This is probably going to ruffle some feathers, but let them ruffle anyway. No offense. Anybody that come at me crazy, I just hand you right over to God. Just like that. Hello everyone, it's Mariah Lovemore, and I am back with another episode. I really have been appreciating the feedback and the support that I've been receiving. Any YouTuber know that it's kind of not nerve-wracking, but it's like I was really scared to start this new journey and to put myself out there, to be vulnerable, to help others. So I'm so happy that you all are showing me so much love. And yeah. So today I'm not sipping on any tea. It's actually the evening time, and typically I like to do my videos in the morning, but I'm not sipping on any tea because I already had my tea. And actually, I do have some information for those who want to stop smoking. If you want to stop smoking, I have a link below of teas that would give you the same effects. And no, it doesn't have THC in it, but these teas are really good for you eternally. And I know that reishi mushroom actually add more years to your life, honey. And the licorice root is good for detoxifying the lungs. So these teas, when you drink these teas, you do not want to operate machinery. So make sure that you're just relaxing, sitting back at home, because they will relax you and put you in a state of probably falling asleep. So if you just want a healthy alternative, click the link. So today we're going to talk about gaslighting. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so many terms that's coming out now to help us understand different types of abuse, and I'm so thankful. If someone comes up to you and tell you like, oh, gaslighting, oh, they just came up with that term. Oh, narcissism, they just came up with that term. Oh, sociopath, they just came up with all these terms just to do it. They may be a little cuckoo. They may be a little cuckoo and probably want you to continue to be their victim. Run really fast. Run. Because how can you have any relationship without accountability? You're fine holding yourself accountable, I hope so, but they just want to continue to get away with the crimes. No, the time that they're going to do is a time without you. Okay? So honey, I'm getting all worked up already and I haven't begun to start. So let's start by inhale. Let's start by exhaling. People who want to gaslight us, people who want to play us, people who don't appreciate us. Doubt and fear. And inhale the right people that we need to be surrounded by. Love, beauty, growth in every single area in our lives. All right, victorious ones, let's get right into it. So here's the exact definition of what gaslighting means. Gaslighting is a type of abuse in which the perpetrator tries to trick or manipulate someone into questioning their own version of reality. It is particularly prevalent in intimate relationships, but can easily occur in any type of relationship. So where did gaslight originate from? So I won't say that it's a fun fact, but the term originated in a 1938 stage play. This how it occurred. So the stage play Gaslight, which portrayed a husband who repeatedly dimmed the house lights while insisting that his wife was imagining that the lights were being dimmed. As the frequency of manipulation increased, the wife inevitably began to think that she was going crazy. The original gaslighting meaning has been expanded to include any kind of emotional abuse where the victim is made to feel that they are imagining things or are misinterpreting situations. The goal of gaslighting is to get the victim to start doubting their memory and perceptions, thereby making them reliant on their abuser to reveal the truth. It's the worst form of manipulation, with the victim becoming increasingly under the control of the abuser. Terrible. Just terrible. Gaslighting happens when an abuser tries to control a victim by twisting their sense of reality. An example of gaslighting will be a partner doing something abusive and then denying it happened. Gaslighters may also convince their victims that they're mentally unfit or too sensitive. Now, I actually had someone in my family, they told me that I was too sensitive. My response, if you went through this, a great response would be that I don't appreciate that you are telling me that I'm too sensitive. Because who are they to tell you how to live your life? Because I promise you, if you were the total opposite, if you was really, really cold, they wouldn't like you neither. And the people that you like and the people that like you, they wouldn't like you as well, because now you're this cold person, you know? And your abuser could be mad that all these people love you for who you are. So they want to change how you are, to be harder, to be colder. And I do not believe God wants us to be that way. So here you are trying to figure out, well, how can I be a little harder and not be too sensitive? Like, okay, well maybe I won't say anything or get too easily too offended by what people say to me. Like, you know, they can just have their opinion, and maybe I'm wrong, and maybe I shouldn't have said that. No. Maybe you should continue to stand up for yourself. Maybe you should continue to do what's right. Maybe you should be sensitive, because it's actually healthy. When you keep things bottled up and you don't express yourself, you don't take up for yourself, eventually we know what happens. Like, you're going to explode. So if that person feel like you're being too sensitive, hey, maybe they need to find someone that's a little harder. Then why are you dealing with me then? As a matter of fact, don't even say that to them. Just find a way to remove yourself. Because guess what? They're going to apologize and be like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say that, I was trying to say this. No, it's what you meant to say. And this probably wasn't their first time that they said it. Some way that you may feel like you are being gaslighted. These are some emotions that you may have. You may be feeling like you're going crazy. Do you feel like your perception of situations is always deemed to be wrong and issues twisted to make you feel like you're the one to blame? Like, do you have conversations with maybe your loved one or your spouse or a friend where you feel like your emotions, your feelings are being neglected, but like you're always the one to blame? Like, well, it's not my fault that you're feeling neglected. I have things that I have to do, but clearly, like, you're not one of their top priorities. Like, you're like the last minute person. Like, they have something they want to do, but they have certain friends and family that they tell, like, hey, I have this going on, and then here you are, they tell you at the very last minute, so now you have to rush, get yourself together, and you know that you're going to be looking good, and they're not about to catch you slipping. I've had family members that would tell me things at the very last minute. Maybe because I gave them a call. That's not cool. Like, go where you're celebrated. Don't go where you're tolerated. For real, because who got time for that? There's actual people out there that are secure within themselves enough to hang around you. Being a victim of gaslighting, which is an emotionally abusive manipulation tactic, and it can affect your self-confidence, your self-esteem, and your self-worth. It can cause you to question your sanity. Talk about straitjacket. Like, if you gaslighting people out here, why do you want to send a person into a straitjacket? What's wrong with you? Get yourself together. And I'm not trying to go off on you, but come on, stop it. You think that your life is going to be better? The devil lied to you. Go get therapy and go get some help. I would want someone to come at my kids like this, my cousin like this, my friends like this. And I'm sure that you would want someone else to keep it real. I do not strive to break others down. We have to hold each other accountable. And if a person don't want to be held accountable, then we have to just walk away and pray for them. Sadly, gaslighting is more common than we may think. You could go to a restaurant and the waiter or waitress or whoever is helping you out can gaslight you with a smile, and you may not even notice it because you're trying to be polite in front of your date. You could have been gaslighted ever since you came into this world, but once you realize that you have been a victim of gaslighting, then it's the time for you to reclaim your life back. But don't do it alone. Get a therapist, because emotions are bound to spill over. People that are very good at manipulating others will see right through it, and they will have another tactic. Gaslighting, it happens in all kinds of relationships. While you may see that it's more common for women and children to be victims of gaslighting, but we cannot put men to the side, because some men are victims and they don't even know that they homeboy, relative, or partner are gaslighting them. Guys, is it the bro code? I'm not here to speak on it, because if you know why and you are a man and you watching this video, like, comment below, like, let me know what is the reason why you let something slide. Some psychologists even stated that a lot of perpetrators of gaslighting are sociopaths or have sociopath traits. Gaslighting with children. Some parents or guardians that sexually or physically abuse their kids make them feel like they're just imagining the abuse. If that happened to you, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, because I can relate. I'm not gonna sit here and act like I have not experienced that. It happens more than often. And I think that when we think about talking about these things, it makes us feel like, oh my gosh, they're gonna think that I'm weak. No. Anybody, no offense, anybody that come at me crazy, I just hand you right over to God. Just like that. And I keep it moving. Because if you decide to come at me crazy, that's on you. Like, don't apologize to me, apologize to God. I'm not the one. This ain't that. You can come at me for prayer, advice, But one thing's for sure, it's just not a good idea to come at me crazy, because I believe that whatever your aggression is towards me is for you to keep. I have nothing to do with it. It's something that's internal that you're dealing with. And the only way that I can help you is to pray for you and send you to the right people for help. And if you're going through a crisis, build you up a board of advisors. That way you won't go crazy. These are the people that will help guide you through a crisis, guide you through hard decisions that you want to make in life. And I have a link with a list that you can fill out for your board of advisors. So click the link below and get the free PDF. That way that you can make sure that you don't lose your mind and get behind. If you are a parent and your child is confiding in you about abuse, my friends always tell me, like, Mariah, how do we get this deep in a conversation? And you guys, I am happy to invite you into my personal space. I've never thought in a million years that I would do this. I actually wanted to excuse myself and kind of be off the grid, but not living in the woods, but be off like any social media and just have a really private life. But God said otherwise, and I'm here for the assignment. So, speaking on child abuse, one example of gaslighting can be a scenario of your child coming to you to confide in you, and you may deny it. Now, I know some of y'all probably looking like, honey, I'm gonna listen to my baby, because whatever's going on, it's something that's going to pertain to me. It may be if this happened to you, either as a child or the person on the receiving end of your child coming to you and you are in denial, maybe you went through the same thing. I know that it has happened. I've been seeing a lot of videos for some odd reasons of, I don't know what that show is called, but the mother and her daughter would just have this friction between them, and the daughter's like, you don't listen to me, mom, like you never listened to me, like when I told you I was abused, like you didn't even want to give me no help. And then the mother would yell like, how dare you ridicule me, how can you embarrass me like this? And then boom, tears start coming down her eyes, and she's like, I went through the same thing. I didn't have no help. I didn't know what to do. I don't know. I can't help you because I haven't had the help myself. And if that's you, get the help together. You know how stronger y'all bond could be? Get the help together. And if you're a guy that went through that and your dad went through the same thing, get the help together. Don't be bound with those spirits, because believe it or not, it affects all your relationships. And that spirit sent back like, look at you now. You're scared to get in a relationship. Look at you now. You're scared to be vulnerable. Look at you now. Your self-esteem is low. That spirit sent back laughing, because he robbed you of really being whole and operating where you need to be operating for God's will. Get the help. You'll receive 2 weeks free of therapy. Click the link below. You can actually pick who you want to be your therapist. A man, a woman, black, white, a Christian, if you're not a Christian, different situations, anxiety, depression, suicide, family issues, divorce. And then one thing that I really like is that every week you can participate with other members in a group session Sessions that I've been in, you can participate for 90 minutes, and it's people from all over the world. And then the majority of the people that I listen to, I can relate to. And I'm like, wow, I can feel their pain. And I'm sure they can feel my pain too. It's a safe space. I would say pay attention to your loved ones, the little ones. We got to protect our babies. Pay attention to them when they get quiet, when they feel withdrawn, when they're having fits. Ask questions. Tell them to look you in the eyes. Build their confidence. Listen to them. Love on them. They need it more than ever. I can relate to the next example that I'm going to give. Can we stop? This is probably going to ruffle some feathers, but let them ruffle anyway. Can we stop telling kids, I'm going to give you a reason to cry? They already crying, so what's the reason? Are they used to getting their way? Are they, if it's a toddler, are they teething? Are they uncomfortable? Are their clothes pinching them? Can they not express how they're feeling because they know they're going over someone's house? Because this person may treat them horribly? Are you too busy to converse with your baby? They're not getting enough attention? You're too tired? Do whatever you have to do. If you need to cut back on social media, cut back being on the phone with your girlfriends, do whatever you need to do to give your babies the attention, because I'm telling you, it's plenty of people out here waiting to give them the wrong attention. And then sometimes it's too late, because they're like, well, since you see me out here doing my thing and you don't approve of it, but now you want to come and tell me what you should have done. You want to see how I feel. They already put up a wall between y'all. Slow down and focus. Stop going out too much, popping bottles. Stop smoking too much. I remember back in the day, this guy told me, like, I smoke because, it makes me feel good. I like to be high all the time. No, you don't. You're high. You're self-medicating, or you just addicted. But the next example that I was going to say about one thing that I can relate to is that, it's a fact about me. My grandmother had 22 kids, and my dad was the second youngest. And when my grandfather passed away, she couldn't take care of all of the kids. So he ended up in foster care. It's a really sensitive topic because he really did not open up to me as much. I know one thing that's pretty common amongst foster kids is that they just go from house to house. And that was pretty much my dad's story, like coming home from school, and he went from house to house. And my dad, I just can't imagine the pain that caused him, and all the gaslighting too, and the abuse. But I won't get too deep into that because that's his business. And if that's you and you don't have family, find you a church home. You know what? I'm gonna find a list. I'm going to create a list of churches across all 50 states that I will recommend you going to, because every church is different. And nowadays, some churches are swagging and surfing and having like these dance battles and playing music that I used to dance to back in the day, and I know it's not right. So it can be really hard to find a church. So give me some time. I am going to find a list. I am going to create a list of churches that I do recommend, and I will try to at least create a dozen. But I tell you what, I don't know if I can get across all 50 states because I'm going to be led by God on this. At least you can watch online. You can call in, ask for prayer, get connected. Gaslighting in adult relationships. Typically, your spouse or your partner, they use gaslighting so they can control you and inflict pain and inflict emotional damage. You could be someone that's really good at memorizing things, and you may have like a sharp memory to the point you could remember 7 years ago what the scent was, what people had on, what you had on, how the weather was, what words were said. And a lot of times in relationships, the person that's using gaslighting would also share some words with you that's hurtful. And when you literally within 20 seconds remind them like, hey, that don't feel good. What you just said, X, Y, and Z. Oh, I didn't say that. Oh, really? You did not say that. Like, you did not, do you hear yourself? Like, are you crazy? You just said this. Oh, well, yeah, I did, but I didn't mean it like that, you know? Don't go for that. Just recognize the sign. Besides all the distractions in the world, don't allow yourself to go crazy. Don't. And there's so many other examples that I can use in a relationship. Like another example, your spouse, your partner will make a mistake. They will do something. Either they'll lie or they'll cheat or they will just treat you badly and make you feel like it's your fault for the actions. Well, I wouldn't do this if you ain't make me feel this way. I wouldn't be doing, I would have talked to her, or I wouldn't have talked to him if you would just do the right thing and listen. I told you I don't like this. But they know that you had your standards at the beginning of the relationship, maybe before y'all even got married. And they thought they could manipulate you and change you. I'm not saying that you are not supposed to compromise, but when a person cheats, make you feel bad, embarrass you in front of others, that's just not right. It's evil. It's evil to make anybody feel that way. At the end of the day, gaslighting is very insulting. So there are a number of common tactics and signs of gaslighting that you can look out for. Lies. Gaslighters tell blatant lies, yet manage to seem convincing. Telling lies is a means of getting you to doubt yourself, your perceptions, and your feelings. Once a gaslighter is able to make you believe a huge lie, they can keep you in a perpetual state of self-doubt. Denial. You can present gaslighters with verifiable proof that they have done something, and they will still deny it, often by convincing you that there is another explanation, causing you to doubt your reality. Oh my gosh. Wearing you down. The longer the gaslighting continues, the more power the perpetrator has over you. It builds over time, which makes it more difficult to recognize. Confusion. Gaslighters know that causing confusion is the fastest way to make you vulnerable. When they cause you to question everything, you're constantly in an unbalanced state, and you come to rely on the gaslighter to explain reality to you because you can't trust your own mind. Division. by telling you that other people are liars and can't be trusted, so that they become the only person that you can trust to tell the truth, when in reality, they're simply just controlling you. Sowing doubt. To protect themselves, gaslighters will tell other people that you're crazy, delusional, or unwell. This actually happened in one of my past relationships. And I'm going to keep it real. I pray for them, but I know who I am. And when a person want to have that much control over you, I'm sorry, like, they're whack. It's whack. You don't have any else better to do but to control another human being. That's a huge red flag. And some red flags, you can try to let that person know, like, hey, I noticed this, but honey, this takes some work, years of work. And the only way sometimes for this person to grow and become better and face themselves is for you to depart. Sowing doubt. This means that if you are able to recognize the techniques of gaslighting in your relationship, other people are much less likely to believe you. Sowing doubt is a preemptive technique that makes it harder to get help when you're in an abusive relationship. So are you a victim? So here is a checklist. You're always second guessing and questioning yourself. You're constantly wondering if you're being too sensitive and overreacting. You're always the first to apologize for anything, just in case it's your fault. You're often confused and filled with doubts about your perception of reality. You look to your partner or spouse for the truth all the time. You have the feeling that something is wrong, but your partner spouse always puts the blame on you. You feel hopeless and joyless all the time. You feel like everything you do or say is wrong. You don't express your opinions anymore because you don't trust your own mind. You never feel good enough. You feel ashamed and guilty all the time. You feel like you're going crazy. Well, listen to this. How can the Bible help with gaslighting? If you're able to recognize that you're a victim of gaslighting, the Bible has some great wisdom to help you. The first step towards recovery from gaslighting is being able to trust again when you have been so mercilessly, emotionally violated and abused. God is always trustworthy. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 through 7, it says, "Love is patient and kind. Love is not jealous or boastful or proud or rude. It does not demand its own way. It is not irritable, and it keeps no record of being wrong. It does not rejoice about injustice, but rejoices when the truth wins out. Love never gives up, never loses faith, is always hopeful, and endures through every circumstance." Get you a Christian counselor if you are being gaslighted. At least you will finally be in a safe space. Get the help that you need, please. Life is just... This ain't it. This is not life. It's God tugging at your heart. If you need some advice, please visit my Wisio page and click one of the links on there that best fit for what you need. If you want prayer, please click the link and I will send you a free prayer. A prayer that you can use and utilize every day of your life. And of course your prayers grow, and I'm just really happy that I can be in this space and helping others heal and being impactful. Please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to hit the like button to help with the algorithms, and share this with someone that you love. Please follow me on Instagram at Mariah_Lovemore and on TikTok, Mariah Lovemore. Victorious ones, I don't want to say bye. See you later, and thanks for your support.
The day my 4C hair grew past my shoulders, I knew I needed a little extra Ultra TLC. Introducing Nausea Growth Elixir, an all-natural blended formula with essential oils that grows your hair, whether in a curly state or tamed. Combats itching and dandruff, stimulates hair follicles, moisturizes hair so you can retain length. Just apply on your scalp, hair, locks, and guys, don't forget about your beards. Great for at-home salons and barbershops. To receive 10% off, visit our website at www.najabeautyproducts.com.